Hello, my friends. Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, May 12th, 2026. This is Jennifer. Welcome back to my sewing room, you guys. I have lots to share with you today, so I'm excited to get started. First, and you may have already noticed, I have started piecing the blocks that are on the wall. These are the last 9 blocks that I need for the half square triangle quilt I've been working on for the last few months. So I have this one pieced, and I have this one pieced, and I have this one pieced, and I have this one pieced. That leaves me with just 5 more to get done, and then I can put this top together. I did do some other sewing last week, and I'm really excited to share it with you because I've mentioned to you repeatedly that I'm excited at the idea of making clothes for myself again. And that's exactly what I did. I went through my closet and I took out some things that didn't quite fit me right, or maybe just didn't make me feel good about myself. And they all went out for donation over the weekend. So they are gone. And last week I went through my stash of fabric that I keep for making clothing, and I pulled a couple of things out. Most of it's recycled linens. And I did actually start with the leftovers of one of the sheets that I used. It was a 100% cotton sheet that I used to make a shirt for my husband. I had a little bit left. I pieced all of it together in one big piece because I really just wanted a prototype. I had been looking at some of the tutorials and different pictures and things of different people who sew who were making the Jiffy Wrap Blouse, which is a vintage inspired blouse, probably from the 1940s. I am not a garment historian, so I don't have a lot of information about it, but I did see a lot of different pictures and a lot of different like short videos and things of people making something like this. And I knew from looking at it that this was going to be more appropriate for someone who was less curvy than I am, because if I had a tie at my waist, I was going to have a whole lot of gaping right here. So what I did was I made a prototype. So this shirt is made out of the sheet that I used to make a dress shirt for my husband. And I really love this fabric. This was a thrifted, trying to get the texture. It has like a sort of square texture on it. I'm hoping you can see that. But you can see here that I pieced it together, and this whole strip is made of little sections. So what I did was I looked at a bunch of pictures, I looked at a bunch of videos, and then I measured my shoulders, and I measured about to the center here of my bust so that I could figure out how wide I needed this part to be. This part of the construction is similar to the shirts I made last year, where it was like a big rectangle and then I sewed here and left like the little flaps on the side. So like I think of them as tablecloth shirts. I don't know if they have an actual style name. If they do, let me know in the comments because I don't know. I didn't quite have enough width for this for what I wanted. Let me look at my notes. So I wanted about 25 to 26 inches finished, and this ended up about 24, so it's just a little bit narrow, but this was literally all of the fabric that I had left of this. The neck I made using this Simplicity book, Simply the Best Sewing. This is a very old version. Mine is from the early 90s. I actually taught myself to sew properly on a sewing machine and to follow patterns from this book. I've used it so many times and I've made so many things for it, but it has some patternless patterns in the back. So I followed the instructions to make this neckline, but instead of this shape, I actually took and made this a straight line here. That's how I got this shape. And then this is actually a bias tape neck edge. So I put the bias on the outside first and turned it in and did it that way. So that was the first bias tape I used. And then I used bias tape on the ties on the front. So basically, let me show you how this works because it'll make more sense on. So you put it on over your head. So it's like this first. I'm gonna try to back up a little bit, see if I can be louder. I don't use a mic because this is a vlog and I'm not fancy. So you have these 2 strings and these go around the back first. And you just tie those. I just do like a little bow. And then you take these 2 and you bring them here and you tie them. And in the original, these were on the bottom hem. They were all the way down here. And I just knew I'm not shaped in a way that makes any sense. So I raised this up But what I realized was I didn't really raise it high enough, so this is still gaping a little bit. So what I did, first I put snaps here, and they just could not take the pressure of, they couldn't take the pressure that was put on them. So I ended up putting a button and a buttonhole right here. So that makes my little sleeve. So this one is entirely made out of old sheets and bias tape and a couple of white buttons. Very, very simple. I think it took me like about 20 minutes to figure out where to start cutting and all of that. And then it maybe took me an hour to make. It was super, super simple. It's literally a rectangle with some ties, and the neck takes the longest. And even that didn't take that long. So you may have already figured out that I am wearing a version of this shirt. So this is shirt number 2. This is some fabric that I thrifted ages ago from Austin Creative Reuse, and one end had like this really pretty pattern on it, and the other end looked like this. So this, I literally used the center to make, there is no seam here. This is just the print of the fabric. This was a very long piece of fabric, like 6 to 8 yards, and one end of it was shredded. It just looked like it had been walked on or run over with a bike or something. And so I cut that away, and then the fabric is quite sheer. So let me show you. So the fabric is actually, you can see, I'm pretty sure you can see this on camera, like it's quite sheer. So what I did was, instead of using bias for the neck, I used 2 layers of this fabric, and then I did like a pillowcase neck. So I literally put the wrong sides together. I made this shape based on the other neck. I just made it a little bit, just a tiny bit deeper. And I actually pinned this in the center where I wanted it to be, and I sewed just on the outside of it all the way around, cut that hole out, and then turned it right side out and pressed it, top stitched it. And that's how I made this neckline. So that was the hardest part. Because this was a really ravelly fabric, I actually serged the 4 edges, and then I just hemmed it under. And the bow, let me show you the tie on this one. The tie on this is actually both of the selvage edges that I cut off to make it the correct width. I sewed these back together and made these into the tie for the front. The tie for the back is just black bias tape. There we go. I tilted my tripod a little bit so you can see. So it just ties here, and because this one, I moved the tie up higher on this one, so it's right under my bust line, so I don't need the buttons on this. I love the way this one came out, especially because this fabric is just so gorgeous. So this was thrifted from Austin Creative Reuse. The other sheet was thrifted from Savers, and I had already made an entire shirt out of it. I love making sustainable clothing. I love making things from other things. You guys have been around any length of time, you already know I love upcycling things that have been discarded by other people into useful things. This is by far my favorite of the 2 because this fabric just drapes so much nicer than the cotton sheeting does. In the vein of upcycling, I did do a little thrifting this weekend, and I picked up a thrifted shower curtain that is 100% cotton. And I really like the print on it. What will it be? I have no idea, but I think I have it upside down. I've already washed it. It washed up beautifully. It honestly didn't look like it had ever been used. So this is a lot of fabric for $5. And again, 100% cotton. I do think that's pretty much it for me, you guys. We do have an event coming up on Fandom and Stitches. Jeannie has designed a fantastic Tomb Raider quilt. She does absolutely gorgeous work. Her patterns are impeccable. She tested every one of these patterns. She made them all twice. I think this will be a fantastic quilt along for anyone who likes Tomb Raider. I hope you guys consider jumping in or at least having a look. And she very kindly asked me if she could use my rune patterns for an optional border. And of course, those are on Fandom and Stitches. They've been on Fandom and Stitches for a while. They're actually one of the first patterns I ever sold as a designer when I sold patterns a very long time ago. But those are for free on Fandom and Stitches. Keep an eye on the website for that or our social media. We'll be making more announcements about that soon. I think fabric amounts will be coming out next week, and then we'll start in June. That's all for now, my friends. I hope you had a wonderful week. I hope you had a crafty week. I hope you got to hug someone you love, and I hope you get to do it again this week, and I will see you next week. Bye.